welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay. All right. Totally almost lost track of time there because I was working on updating this website, and I think I got it. I'm pushing the changes, and I think the changes are taking hold. I'm not sure because I'm getting. Oh yeah, no, it looked like it went through. Awesome. Let me double check something right quick to make sure that it is being deployed right quick. Give me a second. All right. Yes, look like it's been deployed. Awesome. So now I might as well share my screen because I'm kind of excited that it actually works. So let me see here. Hold on. So, all right, cool. So yes, it looked like it did change. So just really quickly, this is what I was just working on. So I've been working on this project. I started a new business where I'm doing like 3D printing and all sorts of stuff. So 3D printing is a part of it, where I collaborate with artists or even like my own projects and just create like the tagline is what is it? Dope creations with dope creators for dope people, right? And so just kind of just making stuff. And so the first one, so I'm looking to launch in like 2026. So that's where the fruition happens. But for right now in 2025, I'm planting seeds, right? And so this is just the latest radio show. You can check that out there. But the first, I guess, seed was a limited edition vinyl package with Homeboy Sandman, who we've been playing on the radio show a lot. And this is the name of my business, Conscious Works. So Homeboy Sandman and Conscious Works. And so there's more info. And so this is the whole thing we were running previously, like when you could pre-order. But what I changed up was that, so I made this sold out, so you can't purchase the limited edition anymore. So all the limited edition stuff was like the vinyl. You get this lenticular print. Now the cornhole mini training set and the dancing tree light up chain, you can still purchase those. But like the lenticular object and the custom box, they won't be sold like again. So because they're a lot to make. And so I have some production updates and things you can check out there. And so there's a bunch of stuff. So I added it to where you can now purchase these things separately or what have you. Cool. And then then you can like get rid of these here. You know what I'm saying? And you can add stuff to the cards. And cool. And then you can like check out. I'm using Stripe and everything. And so then there you go. And you put in your information and it asks, like what type of switch you want for the thing and the lights and stuff. So pretty cool, I think. So got that done. Happy about that. Cool. So that's one thing off my to-do list. Now, so let me stop sharing my screen. So untilit.works is a thing I created mostly for myself to be able to work on stuff like this that I just did. And creating the order, getting ready the orders to be able to ship out and stuff. So I'm printing those things. So untilit.works consists of ciphers, and a cipher is a 3-hour block of time. And within each cipher, there are sessions. There's a work session and a break session. Work sessions are like 45 minutes, heads down, working on what you're working on, trying to make some progress. Break sessions are these where I'll pop up on the video around 15 minutes after the hour to remind you to take a break. You get up, walk around, drink some water, and or sit here and watch me talk about something I found interesting on the internet. Now, like I mentioned, I'll pop up in here with the video. If you ever come to the site in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen, and that's because browsers don't allow for autoplay video with audio. And that's why the notice there below the video say you may need to click play to start the stream. Next to that is an open closed caption button. I'm using the speech recognition API that's built into Chrome browsers to turn my speech into text. So if you click that button, a space will open up, and hopefully the words I'm saying will be turned transcribed accurately by the speech recognition API built into Chrome browsers be placed accurately transcribed in that space. What else? Then there's two buttons if you like they're broken, but there's like add a clip, create a highlight video. They're broken. I'll fix that at some point. There's a countdown timer, countdown when the next work session will start. And then if you like to join the room to chat or ask questions, you can do that there. All right, cool. So that is that. Now the work session. Now this is where, again, it's like 45 minutes, heads down, work, just focus work on the thing that you're working on. So now if you check out subscribe in the upper right-hand corner, it'll list all the upcoming ciphers you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the left-hand side, we have an audio player, so you can listen to some music while you're working on what you're working on. You can do that there. There's a to-do section here towards the center where it says add a task. You type in your task, hit enter or the plus button. We'll add it to the list. You can then click the text to edit the task, or you can click the X button to delete it, or if you want to mark it complete, click the check box and now send it to done. If you click this header done, it'll show you all the things you got completed. If you click the Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter in a new tab, and it'll pre-populate a tweet listing all the things you got done with check marks next to them. For me, it's like a good visual way of saying I got some stuff done, feeling good going into the week, knowing I actually put in some time and got even just a little bit of stuff, made some progress. Over in the right column, we have a countdown timer. Countdown to when the next break session happens. Gives us like 15 minutes after the hour. Now, view tutorials. So if you don't have a particular thing that you've been meaning to work on, like your own and you heard web development sounds cool, but you don't know where to start to try it out, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin Project. And from what I've seen from the curriculum and what people have told me that have gone through them and completed, I think if you do those projects, like if you complete those itinerary, the curriculum, if you complete the curriculum, I think at the end you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. Then from there you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing it. So those are there. Now, if you're already into web development, but you're looking for like a cool project, like a tutorial you can walk through and maybe get the creative juices going to where you can, take that project further or maybe start even a new project. I have links to 3 tutorials that go to the Vonage developer platform. Now, I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage for my day job. And part of my responsibilities are like look over tutorials. So one of the tutorials is you follow the tutorial. At the end, you'll have this web application where you have the input box and a call button. You put in your real world phone number in the input box, hit call, and your real world phone will ring. Then I have one that's the opposite where you get a virtual number in the application you create following the tutorial. You be able to call that virtual phone number from your real world phone and be able to answer it in that web application you create and have a conversation back and forth. Then there's one where 2 users log in to an application you create following the tutorial, and then one can call the other through the browser and have a conversation back and forth. So yes, those are there. What else? All right. Oh yeah. So now Hako will come back to show and tell sign up. If you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that process. Now, Hako stands for Help a Coder/Creator Out. A thing I made mostly if you ever get stuck on a project or maybe you want feedback, you can create a Hako, which is a room that you can then invite people to join. And the hope is that together as a collective, you'll be able to come up with the solution and or feedback on the thing that you're working on. So if you're to click view, it'll show you all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on where they're logged in with, to check out the profile to see whether or not you'd like to request to join the room. I also added a filter by keyword list. So if there's maybe a specific subject or keyword that you're looking for, it may be in the list, and you'll be able to narrow down the results. Now, when you click create a Hako, you're presented with this form. You put in 3 keywords and a title, and then you hit create. It will generate a unique URL that you can then copy or click to share to Twitter. When you join your Hako, it looks like this. You got the title here at the top. Over on the right-hand side, you can leave or open the menu for some more options. On the left-hand side, we have a countdown timer, count on when the next break session happens. You can copy the URL again, and you can click to share to Twitter. When someone clicks your link, they don't automatically join your room. they're requesting to join your room. So they'll show up under pending. You'll be able to click their username to open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on what they're logged in with, to check out their profile to see whether or not you like to approve or deny them. Now, if you do approve them and they turn out to be a terrible person, you can always ban them and get them out your room. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen because, again, a point of the Hako is for you to get the help or feedback on the thing that you're working on. I think by being able to show others exactly what it is that you're seeing, you'll be able to provide the context for them to get you that help or feedback on the thing that you're working on. Now, the way you communicate to the Hako, we have a text chat. Put your message here towards the bottom, hit send, and it'll add to the list of messages. I also add the ability to enable audio chat. So anybody who has their audio chat enabled will be able to speak to and hear each other. But don't worry for the folks who don't have audio chat enabled. They'll still be able to follow along because what people are saying, we turn into text and put into the text chat. Now, I also have the ability to enable text to speech. So if you're not looking at the text chat and you still want to follow along, messages put into the text chat will be read out aloud by your browser. And so that way you can still follow along without actually having to look at the text chat. All right. And then again, you can check out all the different Hakos that have been created. And that is it. Cool. Let me get y'all back to work so I can get back to work. Like I said, I got the website done, so that's good. I need to figure out what is up with the printers and why they're not printing. So I got to go look into that. That's what I'm probably going to do next. And so I'm pretty good on this keychain model. So I'm going to have that in the back of my mind. Maybe other ways to refine it, but I think we might be good. So I'm going to pull the lever and get that started printing so I can get those orders out and stuff. But yeah, so a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, on the plate. But that's why it's good to be able to set aside some time to work on these things. All right, so let me get y'all back to work. This right here is a track that I'm about to play. That's going to be your traveling music on your way out. It is by Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You, because thanks for hanging out. I'll see you like 15 minutes after the hour. Till then, I wish you much productivity, and y'all be easy. Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. Thank you. All right, y'all, be easy. Peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like hell. And everybody says hell. We spread a love like hell. I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong.